Speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
I'm offended as a man. I'm not offended as a husband or a father. I'm offended as a guy.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
Oh, no. It's just a handshake.
If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now. Those words from Tom Hanks while wearing a MAGA hat on SNL have conservatives absolutely furious. But why? Is America's dad suddenly Team Trump? Spoiler alert, he's definitely not. In fact, Hanks has been dropping brutal honesty bombs about Trump for years, calling him a self-involved gas bag who's damaging our democracy. We've got the full story on how a 90-second comedy bit turned into the latest culture war battlefield. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So what exactly did Tom Hanks do that has Trump fans losing their minds? Let's roll the tape. America's dad, Tom Hanks, appeared on Saturday Night Live wearing a red MAGA hat. And just like that, conservative Twitter exploded faster than Trump's blood pressure at a salad bar. In the sketch, Hanks played a character named Doug participating in Black Jeopardy, where he delivered the now infamous line, "If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now."
Speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
There were Republicans that I never questioned that their sincerity or their belief in the American system.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
It's just a handshake.
Within hours, right-wing media outlets were tripping over themselves to welcome Hanks to Team Trump. Apparently, these folks believe that any actor wearing a MAGA hat, even in a comedy sketch, must have pledged their eternal allegiance to the Orange Overlord. It's like they've never heard of this weird thing called acting before. Maybe we should explain to them that Anthony Hopkins isn't actually a cannibalistic serial killer either. The reactions were truly something to behold. Conservative commentators who had previously labeled Hanks as just another Hollywood elite suddenly decided he was their new best friend. Tom Hanks joins Team Trump, screamed one headline. Hanks finally sees the light, declared another. It's the most dramatic character reversal since Darth Vader decided to become a good guy in Return of the Jedi. What makes this especially hilarious is that for years, these same conservative voices denounced Hanks as part of the evil Hollywood elite. But apparently, all it takes is one line in a comedy sketch to wash away years of supposed liberal sins.
I'm offended as a man. I'm not offended as a husband or a father. I'm offended as a guy.
And so part of, look, there's no smaller part of holy cow, I'm in the white.
That's just not right. I'm sorry. It's not right at work. It's not right in the locker room.
The conservative flip-flop was so severe it could qualify as an Olympic gymnastics routine. The social media reactions were even more unhinged. Countless Trump supporters celebrated Hanks' supposed conversion without bothering to watch the actual sketch. One particularly passionate MAGA fan wrote that Hanks finally endorsed Trump, which is about as accurate as saying Borat represents the official position of Kazakhstan.
We have never turned to a simplistic, self-involved gas bag of a candidate.
Guidance, and we need a brand of common sense, and we need a brand of selflessness that has not been on display.
They are out there. They have been there. I'm a lay historian. I read history for pleasure.
What these outraged keyboard warriors failed to grasp was that the church comment wasn't Hanks expressing his personal beliefs. It was satire, poking fun at conservative talking points. The entire sketch was built around finding unexpected common ground between very different Americans while still highlighting the divisions. But nuance isn't exactly MAGA Twitter's strong suit. Behind that wholesome smile and everyman charm, Tom Hanks has been dropping truth bombs about Trump that make those fake headlines look like amateur hour. While conservative media twisted a comedy sketch to fit their narrative, Hanks' actual opinions on Trump would make MAGA fans reach for their blood pressure meds faster than Trump reaches for his phone at 3 a.m.
And there has always been a Huey Long. There has always been a Wendell Willkie, although he was a pretty good guy. There's always been a Herbert Hoover. There's always been a
Administration the way it's been, I think, I'm not sure the man has took his oath seriously to preserve protection.
Does that mean you think Trump will put us in a hole?
Well, I'm going to say that we are going to have the most hilarious September, October, and first week of November.
Remember when Hanks famously called Trump a self-involved gas bag? That wasn't just some offhand remark. It was the beginning of a consistent pattern of criticism from America's most beloved actor. Unlike the clickbait headlines screaming about bombshells, Hanks has been remarkably measured and thoughtful in his critiques. When the infamous Access Hollywood tape dropped, Hanks didn't mince words. "I'm offended as a man. I'm not offended as a husband or a father. I'm offended as a guy," he stated firmly. While Trump defenders were busy writing off sexual assault comments as locker room talk,
McCarthy, there's always been some version of the current nominee of the Republican Party that holds sway.
Perspective is that there is fear and outrage and xenophobia has been commoditized.
Hanks was having none of it. This wasn't partisan politics, it was basic human decency. But Hanks's concerns run deeper than just Trump's personal behavior. He's consistently warned that Trump's presidency could leave lasting damage to American democracy itself. Hanks has expressed worry about how Trump's chaotic leadership style threatens the very foundations of what makes America work. Things like truth, trust, and government responsibility. What makes Hanks's criticism particularly powerful is that it stems from his genuine love for America. This is the same guy who has dedicated much of his career to celebrating American resilience in films like Saving Private Ryan, Apollo 13, and Bridge of Spies. When Hanks describes America as a promised land filled with hope and strength, you know his concern for its future under Trump comes from a place of sincere patriotism. Hanks believes America's greatness isn't some automatic birthright, it must be protected, and he's made it clear that he sees Trump's leadership style as fundamentally at odds with the values that make America work. In Hanks's view, it's everyday citizens rather than politicians who form the true foundation of America's success, a stark contrast to Trump's cult of personality. While Hanks doesn't think America is doomed, he's definitely worried about what Trump's approach to leadership means for future generations. It's a far cry from the fake bombshell headlines that conservative media love to splash across your social feeds. The real bombshell here isn't what Tom Hanks said or didn't say, it's how media literacy has become optional in America's political landscape. As Hanks himself might point out, there's a critical difference between satire and endorsement that many conservatives conveniently ignored. The man who's portrayed American heroes isn't just concerned about Trump, he's concerned about our ability to think critically as a nation. Remember folks, other celebrities like Robert De Niro and Colin Kaepernick have faced the same treatment, their words twisted faster than Trump's excuses after a bad poll. Conservative media takes these celebs out of context faster than Trump downs a bucket of KFC. Next time you see breaking news, celebrity annihilates Trump, or Hollywood elite joins Team MAGA, maybe exercise that muscle between your ears. The Orange Messiah's media machine will keep churning out these fake endorsements because, sadly, critical thinking isn't exactly MAGA's strong suit.